This week on Makers Lab TV, you can learn how to make a set of coasters.
How cool are these coasters? Tailor-made to represent the MotoGP racetracks. Even comes with a cool box to complete the set. For this project, the client wanted me to make use of the MotoGP tracks. And there's 20 of them. She's given me the brief, she's given me some photos. I'll go find the rest of them, change them into vectors for cutting. But I'll also add some text to it. Maybe the track's name, someone important that used to race there, their home track. And maybe try some different engraving on it, and just to get it some extra flair and design. For the cutting, I'm going to be using 3mm MDF. And for the engraving on the coasters, I'm going to be going 1mm in depth, just so that the varnishing is going to set in quite nicely and create a good contrast between the colours of the raw wood for the coaster and the engraving part. Luckily enough, there's 20 of them exactly. It's going to make quite a nice even number for a coaster set, and that's quite a good number for a bar or anyone that's going to have that many people over for drinks to be on them. I'm going to be cutting a castle joint for the box, just so that it's easy to glue together. Then I'm going to be using a 1mm engraving on the sides on the inside of the box to create a slide-in lid for this box, just so that the coasters have a nice MotoGP lid with the engraving on top.
If you use your laser tube at between 80 and 100% of its power, it will last you between 6 and 12 months. And if you use your laser tube for 6 to 4 hours a day on average at less than 50% of its power, the tube will last an entire year. It also depends on the type of work that you do, because engraving, for example, uses less power than cutting. AM.CO.za stocks a full range of laser tubes, and you can call sales for more information.
Okay, cool. So just before we go ahead, just give the glue a bit of a shake. Ready to start gluing this thing together. I just basically use some off-cut ABS just for the glue, because you can clean it off, and then a piece of scrap just to apply the glue where I'm going to be putting it onto the wood. So basically now, put all the glue where we need it, and now we're going to use elastic bands just to hold it in place while it dries. Make sure that it doesn't move around and then not dry properly. Right, we've got everything we need now. This has had 5 to 10 minutes to dry. Let's start varnishing those, as well as the coasters. The varnish that I have here is dark wood varnish, making sure that I have a different color to what the wood is currently. It's good to have a decent varnish for your wood, just to make sure that your wood's going to last a bit longer. Since this is going to be a coaster, we need to make sure that they're going to last as long as possible when having water on or any sort of beverage. And there we go, varnish is dry after 30 minutes. It's looking really, really nice. And I hope you enjoyed this video.
In 2020, we celebrate 8 years in business, heading toward infinity and beyond. AM.CO.za. Achievement matters.